You have now entered the lab. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama. Having trouble on Twitter. I see that it's uploaded, but episode 90, 10 away from 100. Big deal. Just about 2 years in to this podcast game, and I'm excited for potential guests that we're getting on. But let's make sure we shout out the official and unofficial sponsors of Enter the Lab. Broward Vintage eBay account is now on our link tree. Is on every episode. I believe I put at least the information. So it was his birthday. What's today? Monday. We're recording this on Monday night, August 21st, 2023. His birthday was yesterday. On Sunday, had a great party. Him, Nicole, his wife. Her birthday was last week. Big shout out. He it's funny because he sent my rant about Lizzo to a few people, and I didn't know that. And he showed me at the party. Like, there's a couple of people that actually had it on their on their text message. That rant was pretty. What was it? I said what you asked me what she eats in the morning, and I said she spreads her ass cheeks on a stack of pig. That was wild.
It was warranted.
I apologize. I apologize if you were offended by. Yeah, okay.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck apologizing. What do you have to apologize for? For your opinion? No, bro. No.
All right, fine.
I don't apologize about shit, dog. No, we're not.
But good times. Here. Great times. Broward Vintage unofficially sponsored this episode. Billionaires Row. Back. I feel like every other week I'm traveling, so I'll get into that in a minute before I get to you.
You are though.
But yeah, it's been insane. How are you? What's life like over the last week? We're recording this now back on Mondays, like we plan to do every single Monday night, evening, 8:00 when football starts. I will say Monday Night Football. What is that? 8:30 start time. If we can try to do 7:15, 7:30, maybe we'll be people's entertainment right before Monday Night Football. I think that makes more sense, but something to change. We'll keep you updated. What's going on for it, Tom?
Yeah, no, definitely an earlier start once football kicks off. Regular season, that is, kicks off, and we can definitely do an earlier start. I could go to the gym right after work. It's not a big deal. But no, dog, last week was tough for your boy. Last week was tough. I was fighting through my allergies, man. Like, my allergies haven't been, yes, my allergies haven't been that bad in who knows how long. I was not able to breathe through both my nostrils for pretty much the whole week, and there was points that I was barely breathing through my nose. I was just breathing through my mouth. Pause. And
I do that often.
Yo,
for many reasons.
Sucks. That shit sucked. So I didn't go to the gym the whole week.
Damn, allergies kept you out? You pussy.
Yeah, man, it was tough. It was tough. I got a massage on Wednesday. I got home. I took a nap, and I woke up at like 8 something. And I was like, all right, I'll go to the gym. And then I rolled back over. And next thing I know, I woke up. It was 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, welp.
Dude,
take a shower and go to sleep.
You're the master of naps. I'm not going to lie. I've been taking more naps lately only because as I've gotten older and if I have a little fun the night before, I've learned if I don't get enough sleep throughout the morning going into the afternoon, I need to take a nap. But you are a master of naps. You will be out for hours, no matter if it's 6 p.m., early, late nap.
It does not.
Yeah.
It does not matter. So I'm glad you asked about that. When you drink, do you think when you wake up the next morning, do you think it's more of a hangover type thing from drinking, or do you think it's lack of sleep? How you feel the next day?
So I've been that's actually very relevant. I'm talking to people recently about this. Was now that I'm about to turn 34 in 1 month's time, and I've realized back in the day in my 20s I could go to bed at 1, 2, 3. Wake up at 9, 10, whatever it is, probably go to work the next day or do whatever I got to do. I've noticed probably over the last year, it's been harder for me to wake up spry at 8, 9, 10 o'clock and then just go on with life. So what I've been doing is I try to plan out, like Saturday we partied, Sunday we wind up keeping the party going down to Fort Lauderdale, which wasn't a mistake because we had a great time, but I paid for it today. I slept till I woke up. I physically got up at 12:10, 12:11, I think it was, because I had to charge my phone. And I was fully equipped, bro. When I need to sleep off a hangover or what I think, because I knew I had a lot of shit to do today. So I knew the longer I sleep, the better I will be when I wake up. I had the eye shades on, which I do almost every night, and then I had the earplugs in because my cats are moving around. The longer, if you have pets of any kind, longer you sleep, the more annoyed they get. Like, why aren't you up? Why aren't you feeding me? Give me attention. So I made sure that's the only way I could sleep till noon. So is it a question of lack of sleep? I think it's both for me. I just know the more sleep I get, if I oversleep, I'm better off. Like, I was able to mow my lawn today, like do a bunch of things in the house. If I woke up an hour or two before that, crushed. I would not have been able to do anything today. That's a fact.
And it's funny that you say it because I know you've been going through it because I leave the house at like 7:35, 7:40 to get to work at like 7:45, 8 o'clock.
I didn't know you get there that early or leave that early.
We changed in the last, like, I want to say 2 months from 9 to 4 or 9 to 5 to 8 to 4.
I like that. I love 8 to 4. I used to work 7 to 3 at the hospital. I love 7 to 3 even during the week because it's like, bro, too. You get out, those couple hours matter.
Yes, 7 to 3 would be clutch, but it just it wouldn't work for what I have going on right now. But 8 to 4 is really good just because the warehouse has gotten really, really hot. The warehouse, when we work in it, the warehouse itself doesn't have AC. The lobby, conference room, and everything does, of course.
You're like a Chinese restaurant in New York City, dead summer.
Right. So
hot.
As soon as I get there in the morning, it's already 90 degrees in the warehouse because I'll go in and put my lunch in the fridge and stuff. So 90 degrees. So
and that's supposed to be the coolest time of the day, right there.
Just think about like 11, in the morning, 12, whatever. But exactly. I've noticed that I'll text you sometimes, even at like 9, 10 o'clock, and I won't get a reply until later on, and that's not like you at all.
Yeah,
that's not like you at all. So I was like, oh, I know he probably, he must have had a long weekend or whatnot. But
yesterday I was bad because, like I said, I woke up on Sunday from partying at I think it was 11:30. Then I finally got home, fed the cats, and we went right out to meet Vito and Drew. So it was like all the texts that I got, I looked at and then didn't reply most of the time. So then I looked back at your text today. I was like, holy shit, he sent me text this morning early. It's like, damn, I'm a piece of shit. Sorry about that.
Yeah, for real, bro. What the fuck's wrong with you? Damn.
Yeah, it's
pulling teeth to get
consumes
a text back
me
from this guy. We swapped roles.
We did, right? Yeah, you're getting up there in age. The closer you get to 30, you're gonna be going through. You're gonna be going through what I'm going through right now. But yeah, I'm leaving again. I'm going to New York for my nephew's. I've done this 7 years now in a row. He's turned 7 on Friday. Going up.
Does it get easier?
Does it get easier for what?
Just the traveling every year. Yo, bring a mask. Bring a mask.
Don't even scare me. I get quivers up my butthole just thinking of him putting on a mask. That's disgusting.
I've seen some tweets.
Yeah. Well, if you break down, what's today's date? So if you break down my last 30 days, in the last 30 days, I've been to Myrtle Beach for a week, Ohio for 4 or 5 days, and then now New York for 1 week. So, and then, I was in Savannah. So obviously Myrtle Beach was the drive, but for the last 4 or 5 weeks, man, I've been traveling, and it's a busy time. It's summer. It's when everybody's trying to be live. We're trying to go see family because when it gets to the winter, we're not trying to go to Ohio. If we go to New York, we go to New York in the winter. It's for like Christmas and the holidays to enjoy that part. But taking my nephew, hopefully he doesn't listen to this or she doesn't play it for him prior to this, but I'm taking him to his first Yankee game, a baseball game on
He's gonna know.
Thursday. Yeah. No, I told him about it, but I haven't reminded him about it. We just FaceTime earlier. So,
dude, they don't forget stuff at that age,
right? Dude, it's impossible. It's like, how do you do that? Like
they don't forget.
You're a computer for sure. It's weird. Yeah, right.
And like they'll remind you too. They'll let you know
all the time, and it's like, damn, I thought I could sneak that by you. Or
no,
how do you remember that one time?
If it's in their favor, they're not forgetting, bro. Trust me. Trust
They're
me.
selfish human beings, 1,000%.
I live with 3 kids under the age of, well, not one just turned 10, but that are 10 and under. So I know.
Or if it's to
100%.
call you out for something, like if you're being a
They'll
hypocrite,
do it too.
like they'll be like, "Oh wait, you said this now, but like last week you said
Yes.
this." Like, holy shit, how do you keep track of all this?
Yes.
Yeah, they're smart motherfuckers. So that's why when you raise a
Right.
kid, I mean, I don't have kids now, but you got to be aware that they don't forget, and if they don't forget when they're young, as they get older, they'll remember when you said some things or you were hypocritical about something. So parents out there that have young kids, I don't have to tell you really, but you motherfuckers are smarter than they'll also eat their own boogers and like not wipe their ass properly. Those same kids, that same species can also call you out when you're bullshitting, which is crazy. Like, how do you eat a booger, not be able to wipe your ass properly, but then you could recite what I said like 90 days ago? It's
Remember
impressive.
all that? Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, going to a Yankee game. I would not be going to a Yankee game if it wasn't for that reason, because
Who are
the
they
Yankees
playing?
have been complete trash. Washington Nationals, knowing that one of the worst
Oh.
teams in the league, they'll probably still get swept because that's what we do lately. We get swept by teams. Shout out AP, day one listener of Enter the Lab. I'll be meeting him for the game. It'll be me, Bree, Lucas, and AP, and we'll have fun. We plan I got the cheapest tickets available, literally. Like, didn't care where we sat because I want to walk around the stadium with
Can
him.
I ask how
share a
much they
couple
were?
Moments. I think we paid $14 per.
Okay.
Like, that's how cheap. Like, I wasn't
For
trying
Yankee
to spend
tickets?
free. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that, exactly. So I went on Ticketmaster. I've been like buying a lot of tickets lately because I want to go to the Florida Panthers home opener game this season because they're gonna do like the banner raising. It'll be electric. And then I just bought Nets Heat tickets. The Nets are gonna be in Miami. They have 2 games in 2 weeks down here in Miami, so I've at least bought one. I've been buying a lot of tickets lately, so I've been on like Ticketmaster, What's Cheaper, StubHub, SeatGeek, and all that. But Ticketmaster, if you could buy them for face value, is the best way to go. I don't know what website you
Not a
use.
paid ad. Not a paid ad.
Not a paid ad.
I heard.
yeah, I try to
heard
be smart.
Game Time's pretty good.
I heard Game Time. Bill Burr, that I listened to his podcast, he advertised.
Oh, Bill
Game
Burr
Time.
has a podcast. I'm gonna have to lock in.
Oh, I love. Yeah, he's my favorite podcast to this like day. Like, I look forward every time I hit refresh on Monday and Thursday because that's when he drops. I look forward to it's just him ranting about life and complaining. I love it. It's like
Yeah.
it's like my therapy for the day because everything he complains about most of the time is like things I complain about, and it's good to hear that you're not alone. You know.
Right.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's a New York
When
trip.
are
It'll be
you-
fun.
You're going what tomorrow? Wednesday. you said?
Leaving so today, Monday, leaving Wednesday afternoon. Be there for exactly a full week. So I have my other nephew that I'm his godfather to. We have his, I think, baptism. I think it is. It's not christening. I don't think he's that old or that young. I think it's a baptism. Wait, let me check for him. Yeah, it's probably something like that. Whatever, when you're 1 or 2 years old with God and Jesus, whatever it is, I have to be there. That's all I know. And dress
christening?
nice. So, christening, baptism, I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm just going there because people do that kind of stuff these
Man
days.
said, I don't really care.
No, I care about him and the process.
No,
I just
no, I know.
don't care
I
what
know.
it's for. If they told me be at church for whatever or be here at a park for this and it involved him, I'd be there. I don't really care what it's for. But it'll be fun. It's something cool and the first of memory I have with him, and it will be good in that. I take back I don't care. But thank you guys for listening, watching. Don't forget, subscribe. That's important to us on YouTube. Make us a little known. So when people go to a page, it's like, oh shit, they have like 2,000 subscribers. Let me check them out. They have like
Yeah, we're
100
trying to
likes
get-
on their videos.
Yeah.
Check them out.
I've
cool.
been putting in some work. Trying
You
to
have
get
been.
traction.
You have been.
I got the TikTok
Promote.
going the last few days.
Follow us on
trying-
TikTok.
Yeah, I've been posting every day on TikTok.
I like that.
The first video got a good amount of views. It's almost at 1,000 views. I know that's very minimal for TikTok, but for us, it's not.
We're just getting
it's
started.
not. Got something else in the works of promoting here in a magazine, local in Savannah, and just
like that.
networking, bro. Networking.
Yeah, we're having fun. Don't forget, like there's we're doing this with multiple jobs, multiple things, responsibilities. So I wish I know if we went all in on effort, time, organization, and
If we went live
some
like every night and
creativity,
recorded every night and
or whatever it
on
was, or just
multiple
creativity of
platforms
how
or
to get the podcast bigger. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we would have more viewers and have more whatever, but we're trying to balance it out. So we're just having fun with it. That's what I tell people all the time. I just met a couple people at the party on Saturday, and they're like, "Oh, you have a podcast?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we talk about whatever. We fuck around. We just have fun with it. Like try to set that low expectation. So if they do like it and they listen, it's like, oh, cool, you like it, awesome. I didn't expect that. I don't really care if you do, but thank you for at least checking us out." So
yeah, people. That's the first question. That's the first question people always ask me. What do you talk about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I try to keep
Talk
it as
about
broad
any and everything
as possible.
That's
Yeah.
literally my answer. Any and everything, whatever's trending, whatever's happening in the world. I literally go on Twitter and go to trending topics and search what everyone's talking about.
Yeah. And there's a lot of other podcasts and shows that I watch that are everything and anything. And I try to either take from them or I try to do a little bit like if I was a listener or viewer, how would I want to portray this topic, or how would I attack that angle of that topic that they didn't really touch on, or, oh, wait, I heard that. So there's topics for this week that I've dwelled on and watched other people cover. And then I'm like, I'll take a different view on that, a different stance. On that note, if you want to attack our first story of the week.
Me?
I'll leave that up to you. I don't know. You could do whatever you want. Whatever you feel like is, if you want to jump right into UFC, that's cool. That was a big thing. If you want to talk about Messi, if you want to talk about a lot of social media videos that we'll be sharing this episode. So if you're listening to us, you might want to stop now, maybe in a little bit, and watch us on YouTube, because we'll definitely be sharing some funny videos and stuff like that. James Harden drama. I'm just going through things that we didn't cover.
We're a visual podcast.
Yeah, we're trying to be, for sure.
Well, I like what you put on here. This was very big last week. Something always bro, I'm telling you, something always pops up like viral or super trending like the day or two after we record. But this Richmond, north of Richmond, you heard this song? This song kind of took over.
I told you I'm into country music lately, so that not only did it hit me hard, it was powerful.
And dude does not want to sell his soul, and I could definitely respect that. I could respect that. I'm gonna play it. So it's funny because now when I go to type in X to go to Twitter, I gotta go incognito tab.
Yeah, for real. Smart. Wait, are you so this is the 3-minute one. We'll play maybe like 30 to 60 seconds of it. Yeah, just play it.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
But it is.
Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do. They don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men,
Bro.
Quality.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think
quality.
if I didn't listen to country music prior, and I feel like I've, in the last year or so, been mentioning on this podcast, I would have more of appreciation for that exact song. And then watching what went viral also because of that was the reaction to different demographics that have podcasts like this that played it. And like you
I'm gonna find that video actually.
Black people, white people, it didn't matter. Men, women, it's just like everybody can relate to it, and it's the lyrics. And I listened to another song or two that he came out with on YouTube, and same vibe. Like that's where music is great. It's like it doesn't matter who it is, what it is. If you just listen to the words and what it makes you feel, that's all like what music is in a nutshell. And I feel like that's kind of cool that in this day and age, you can get somebody that's, I don't know where he's from. I don't know the exact details. It doesn't like a regular human being that has, what is that? A banjo, technically a guitar type hybrid. I don't know what it is. But like he could just upload something to YouTube and go super viral, mega, and then something could come out of that. And then a year or two from now, we're talking about how he's performing at whatever show or concert or something. It's kind of cool that music still has that ability to be organic in that way,
Yeah, no, he definitely did his thing. You can tell just his face.
Passion, right?
Yeah, he's putting his all into it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
His soul. And I found a clip. I'm gonna play it again. The reaction video.
Let's shout out his name and everything so we can. What was it? It was the song is "Rich Men North of Richmond," and his name is what? Did it say it on the thing? I don't have it on my.
Oliver Anthony.
Okay, want to make sure we shout out the name.
Very important. Very important. Yeah, this and before I play this video, this song shouldn't have anything to do with race or where you come from or what you identify as or anything of that matter. This is the song about how America is currently right now, the state of the country, how people feel, and not even just America, because I've seen a lot of videos of Canada in shambles too. But I mean, north of Richmond, he's talking about Washington D.C., of course. But you shouldn't say, "Oh, he's being racist. Oh, he's being that." No. This has to do with everybody in this country because I know a lot of people are probably feeling the same way.
That was the first thing I seen from it was like something like, a country. The first headline I seen when I first seen it was like, white country singer talks about how bad he has it or something like that. And I'm like, and then I listened to it, I go, no, that like is completely like a false narrative title on what he's saying. So
yeah. And the thing is, whenever someone can't come back with an argument or a solid point about something, they immediately go to, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, oh, whatever. But no.
And waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
But it is.
Oh, it is. Living in the new world.
It's catchy too.
Yeah. Look at people nodding. I love that.
Yeah.
That's the best reaction when like two people on the podcast look at each other like, yep, it's dope. Yeah, no, it's cool, man. I love it. Like I said, music is all about what it makes you feel, and it's the fact that it makes people feel something, and it's kind of it does have kind of like a racial thing where it's like it does, but that shouldn't be the narrative where it's a white guy singing country and talking about how bad, but it's like there's a lot of, let's be real, there's like not like there's a lot of poor white Americans, like that's all across the country in middle of America, Midwest, and all that. So it's cool that you could see a video like that take off in the most organic, genuine way where it's like you just hear words and it makes you feel something. So,
and it seems like he's in his backyard chilling with, like you said, his banjo or his guitar. He's got a mic, and I think he had like his cats and his dog chilling with him.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. A few dogs on the laying on the floor.
Yeah. So yeah, that's literally as American as it gets. I don't think it gets any more American than that.
That is America 101.
Yeah.
And it's funny because go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so you can't really bring up race or anything about it.
Yeah, no, it's dumb.
We're in this together.
Yeah. It's like he's talking about like everybody can relate. Maybe not now in your life, but at one point you felt a certain way. So either at one point in your life you probably felt stuck in the mud, like this is, my back is against the wall. No matter what I do, what I try to do, the system is against me type. Everybody has that thought, whether you're in your 20s or in your 30s, and you just gotta fucking push on through. So it's kind of cool. Shout out to him. If you write something like that and you can sing like that and he'll have a couple more songs that will go probably viral and probably as we speak since. Yeah, that actually played randomly on my Spotify. I think my Spotify
really?
listens to me because the only thing I listen to on Spotify is Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan episode ended, and immediately that song played, and I'm like, motherfucker! Like I wasn't mad about it because I was doing like I think yard work or something, and it came on. I was like, I didn't even type that song into my Spotify, and it just came on after a Joe Rogan episode ended, and I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Like the fact that, and it was the same day I listened to it on YouTube. So I think my YouTube and Spotify are talking to each other, low key.
Well, yeah, I think when you download an app or when you update an app, it just
Yeah, it's like Amazon and IG are linked. You ever buy something from like Fanatics or something, and then you go on IG stories, and that same item or something else on Fanatics. So they're kind of intertwined. Whatever. I don't really care. That doesn't stress me out. A lot of people are like, what? That's bullshit. That's crazy. It's like, what do you think? They don't do that? You don't think these billion-dollar companies are like, hey, send them over the moment they order from you. Send them over this way. Happens all the time. What other videos you got? I like banging out some video stuff. Banging some videos.
You like banging out videos? This was trending today, and you sent it to me this morning. I had seen it too. Liver King, motherfucker was nowhere
right
to
up
be
your
heard.
alley, brother.
He no, definitely not. He I guess he kind of got canceled in a way because we found out that he was on steroids, which anybody
You kind of assumed anyway, right?
yeah, anyone that does any kind of gym going or lifting or bodybuilding or whatever would know this, you know, just look at how he looks, and he wasn't going as viral, or no one was talking about him anymore, so he had to do some stupid shit again to kind of get back his 15 minutes of fame. And I don't know, man, like I would never stoop this low to do this kind of stuff if I lost what I was doing before, because this is just utterly disgusting. If he does this every day, then it's fucking gross.
In the modern
if you know
world,
Liver King,
we like to have
Liver
our
King
bowl of
likes
cereal,
testicles.
don't we? This is a primal version
Disgusting,
of your
bro.
bowl of cereal. I got my testicles with farm fresh milk
Oh, yeah,
from
brother.
Liver King Ranch. The most feared warriors, the
Dude.
Maasai.
take that bite. Yep, rip it off.
What they get down on is milk, meat, and blood. And they're expressing a higher, more dominant form. If you still want your primal cereal to taste
yeah.
like Cocoa Pebbles, at the end, put a little bit of whole feast in.
That's
with
what
your
I would need to do
testicles.
if I was eating a bowl of milk.
Make sure
Dude,
you peel back the membrane of the
balls-
testicles.
Add at
bowl
least a
of
little
balls?
chocolate to it.
You can use a spoon if you want, but
Oh,
God
he's
gave you
pulling
the
that skin
hands.
back?
Oh,
See that?
I always forget to pull the skin back. That's the point.
Gotta
That's the
always
part
pull
I
the
was
skin
down.
back. And then, drink the milk. Can't forget about that. That's where the flavor
In the
lies.
modern world, we like
Dude, his skin.
Shout
looks
out
like
Liver
it's-
King.
No.
But he's nothing like we've seen before on social media. So he's a one of one. He's a one of one from when he started and then after. So it's like that's the only time I respect, or most of the time I respect somebody. It's like you're not over here like making fun of videos. You're not doing like you're going way against the grain here, and it's stuck. And he's probably lost followers. I think I went from following him to not following him. But like, hey, he's making money. I mean, if he's eating a bowl full of milk and testicles and making money off of it,
Dude, but I'm not
Tip my
gonna
cap.
eat a bowl of balls with milk to get paid
duh.
for that. But dude, in that video, it looks like he hasn't been inside.
oh, my man lives outside. He inspires me to go outside more. I will when I started
Dude.
following him. Like he'd say every morning, wake up, go outside, and he's
Touch
right.
grass.
Like touch grass, like feel connected with your feet on the ground, and he's right in that regard. Like that's not bullshit. That's like primal. It's in our DNA to be outside a lot. What do we do most of the time? A lot. I would say more. I would say 50. Bree hates when I make like generalities of things, but like 51% of humans don't go outside for 80% of the day. Like, right? That's it.
Yeah.
The number is
No, I
probably
would-
higher. It's just like that's probably low balling. Like a lot of people stay indoors. They go from house to car to job to car to home. Like they don't go outside. So I like that message from him overall.
If you're going outside, it's because you're walking outside to your car or walking into your job.
Most
or
people
walking
aren't
to
outside
the grocery store
for more than an hour a day.
Yeah, if you're outside,
Like,
it's
that's
because
sad.
you work outside or something of that nature. But yeah, no, I can agree with you. A lot of people don't spend time outside. I did that today actually, and I should
spend at
probably
least
do it a
1
lot
hour
more.
outside every day.
Yeah, I got to work, and it's definitely our phones, bro. And I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that person, but it's our phones, our computers.
TV, air condition.
All
Right?
that shit.
Like it just feels better, especially in South Florida, being air conditioned than
we're so
100%
spoiled.
humidity outside.
We're so wired to just be on our phones, and it's so convenient on our hands. And what I liked about it was I left it inside. I left my phone inside, and I just went outside, and I just stood there and like kind of just like had my head up to like the sky, to the sun. And guess what? Guess what, Ray? Guess what?
You didn't melt?
My sinuses cleared up and my allergies went away.
Magical
and,
thing.
And I just felt great, you know? Who would have thought?
A lot of times if you feel sick and ill, like there's times where when I'm sick, which I was a couple weeks ago, where first couple of days I couldn't get outside because it was like I was gonna die inside, whether it was but like as you feel yourself getting better, going physically outside, getting the sun on you, maybe working up a little sweat. Whether it's going on
it's
a
like
walk.
creating a habit. You got to create it. You got to make it a habit.
Yeah. And,
man,
just going outside is medicine by itself.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
shout out Liver King. You don't have to eat testicles, milk, and whatever he just put to make it Cocoa Pebbles. But, hey, let's start at the foundation. Let's start at the base. Go outside at least an hour a day. And I'm not talking like 5 minutes here. Maybe you're too busy, but going on a walk for 30 minutes and then finding another 30 minutes to find. That's why we've been trying to go to the beach more. We do 2 hours. Like our thing is take the golf cart to the beach, 2 hours. We pay for parking. And then when that 2 hour parking is up, that's like our kind of like window. Like, all right, parking's up in 10 minutes. That's how we know like we could be like, all right, we could do this a couple times a week just as an extra thing to do, just to be outside instead of living so comfortable inside. And it sucks in the summer. It's tough out here. I'm not gonna lie. It's over the last month it's been hard to be outside because of the humidity. I don't know how it is by you. It's probably a little better, but when I was up by Savannah last month, it was heat advisory.
It was hot, bro. We were outside at the restaurant sweating.
Like, don't go outside unless you need to type. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah. So you recommend people go outside?
Yeah,
in general, or just during the day? So
during the day is always going to be profitable. You get or going to be the most beneficial. You're going to get some vitamin D, and it's natural, right? Like people don't realize. I think Bree told me recently that I've been trying to become better at doing when we go to the beach. You know, we have a habit of going to the beach, going outside, sweating, having sand, and then going right to showering using soap. I think she read something that if you wait a few hours of showering, or not showering because you could do it with water, but soap and everything, you could, like the sun rays and whatever's working on your skin is actually more beneficial if you don't wash it with soap and scrub it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I haven't looked into it. I mean, she just told me, and I go, that kind of makes sense. Like you go outside, the sun does something to your skin, does something to your body, and then you're going to use a chemical because I don't care what people say, but using soap, using deodorant is putting chemicals in your body. It's probably not the most healthy thing. You think you're being clean? That's cool. You probably are going to get less smelly, but you also are probably doing some damage to your skin. I don't know if you agree with that. Not saying the typical thing of like, don't shower for like 3 or 4 days in a row. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Well, Liver King looks like he hasn't showered in a few days.
Liver King showers when he needs to. I just told people that the other day, I was like, I don't put on deodorant Monday through Friday. I don't leave my house. What am I putting on deodorant for? I'm taking a shower every day, but I'm not going to put on deodorant to what? My armpits could smell good for who? Me and my wife? Like, that's silly. The only time I put on deodorant is if I'm going out to meet somebody in a public place. So it's like, oh shit, I don't want to smell. Not putting it on every day. That's silly. Deodorant's bad for you. Look that up, kid.
Well, I know there's certain
deodorant's not great for you.
There's
be
certain
honest.
chemicals in deodorant that are bad for you.
Horrible
Yeah.
chemical, and you're putting it in a very
Yeah.
very absorbent area where it
you sweat a
absorbs. Like
lot.
that's
Yeah,
what I mean. And what do you do when you sweat? Your pores open.
Open up.
So you're
yeah.
saying you're putting the most vulnerable pores open area and putting a toxin in your body. Like I said, I'm not anti deodorant. I'm just not. You don't need to put it on every single day. If you could help it. If you could help it. If you go to the office every day and you're just a smelly dude, probably put it on. But I like to think I don't smell too often, so I don't have to put it on. Look, took a shower 2 hours ago. No deodorant.
Yeah,
Smell
as long
marvelous.
as you like scrub there.
Oh,
in
I
the
scrub,
area.
baby.
Well, I would hope you do.
Me too. What else we got?
You want to keep going on not so serious topics, or you want to switch to?
Yeah, no, let's fuck around. Let's have fun.
Okay, so your girl, you love her. You're a big
Ooh,
fan.
I
You
love
watch you watch her lives. You lock in.
Alexis,
you
Texas?
You tune in.
What?
I met her.
I see.
No.
Danger?
I met her too. No, viral sensation in the last few weeks.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
The new NPC of the world, PINKYDOLL. That's your girl.
This is funny.
This
Only
is
because
funny.
If we didn't
This is funny.
talk about this for like 15 minutes a couple episodes ago, we wouldn't bring this up. But the fact I like following up on people or stories or fun topics that like.
And it's funny
continue
because
to stay
I was
in the
right.
news
I was right.
About?
She's
That
about
she has
how
an OnlyFans.
no how remember how you said that we would have to understand or try to understand. I was like, no, there's no need to because it's gonna die off in a couple of weeks. It's not gonna
Yeah,
be
you're right. I mean, it
popping.
went away. I haven't been seeing it as much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plug in my laptop. Keep talking.
It's a thing in the past. Well, she was making money off TikTok and doing her thing on there. So as any normal business person, savvy business person, businessman, businesswoman, you want to spread your wealth and try and put it in other places. So, she's a good looking gal. She's got sex appeal. When she does the ice cream taste so good, it makes her noises. Makes the noises is kind of makes me feel some type of way. I'm
know
not
what I
saying
mean?
I don't watch these videos. That's
Quarter
haram.
chub.
But she made OnlyFans. Good for her. Make your
She
bread.
didn't make
get
it
your-
OnlyFans. I did some research. I'm not gonna lie. I did some research on this, and her hair is white now. And I believe that some of these videos that I seen where her hair was brunette, so that means she's been having sex on a phone video on the internet for a couple years now.
Well, she could be wearing a wig.
No, it wasn't. Trust me, I've watched a couple.
Oh yeah. Oh, my fault.
Like I said, I
You're a
did
wig
research.
expert now.
I did research, and these videos were taken a couple years ago, or at least a couple months ago before she became famous. So they're not new. Okay.
They were in her drafts. You're saying?
I like the way she says Google. Ready?
Yeah, she looks good.
So I went to Google.
She looks good there.
I went to Google. I put PINKYDOLL naked, and I click on pictures.
That's
and
what I did.
See,
Wow.
what
I went to
see,
videos, not
there's
pictures.
A lot of page. There's a lot of page. You keep
There's a
swiping
lot of
and
page.
swiping and swiping. It don't stop.
Look
It
at
don't
you
stop.
zoom-
And
you're
I see
like-
all this website. How
I'm into
dare
it.
you?
I watched
Don't let
this
other
a couple
people
times.
Put my face, my body out here doing stuff like that.
You put your
How
body
dare
out
you?
here,
Stop asking
idiot.
ID. Where's the ID terms? Tell me that. What's up?
I don't know what she
I'm
says
gonna
there.
tell you something today. I'm gonna sue
I
all
need-
of you.
I need
All of
Google
you, I'm gonna
Translate.
sue you.
Goggle.
I'm gonna sue you. Y'all wanna play with me? You allow the
I'm not gonna
people
sue
to
nobody.
speak
Kim
to y'all?
Kardashian couldn't even
Really?
sue somebody.
'Cause you're about to get paid. Well, guess what? I'm about to get all that money. All that money.
No, you're not.
So
Cap. She
Goggle.
ain't about to get shit.
She ain't getting shit, bro.
Goggle.
She ain't getting shit.
I need Goggle Translate for her fucking rant just now.
Should be gobbling on that ice cream. Yeah,
Hey,
bro. I don't even want to.
If you want me to send you my research that I found, let me know. But you will if you do see the research tonight. Look at this. I just started bleeding out of nowhere right before we recorded.
PINKYDOLL gets you right, huh?
No, I just like to, I was on Twitter. This is how my brain goes. I have a lot of time sometimes. I make time for my time. I'm on Twitter. I see that video. She mentions PINKYDOLL nude, naked. What do? I'm a man. I go to Google, Goggle, What'd she say? Goggle? I
Goggle?
go to Goggle. I type in Pinky Girl, OnlyFans naked. I do go to images, but then I go to videos because I see there's a video, and she's in a car doing her thing multiple times in different ways. I didn't do that. She did it. She recorded it. It's somehow on the internet. It wasn't like somebody hacked her. And then she wants to yell at people for looking it up and goggling it. That's her.
Goggling
Stop goggling cock.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, exactly. It's smart by her. Good business move because it made everybody
blame
go
her.
to her OnlyFans. So pretty
Yeah,
smart.
of course. That's what it was. She probably wasn't. I mean, I don't think she was getting enough
Got a good
traction,
manager.
but I'm sure she's getting decent amount of traction because
Oh, she's got a lot of tracks.
yeah, she was getting thousands of views on her TikTok. So as men would probably do, they would go and want to see more. You always want to see more, obviously. But it's just so dumb, bro. The whole NPC thing was so dumb. The whole AI thing, or them or whatever, that whole thing was just so stupid to me. Like, I get it, I understand it. I understand why you would want to do it, but I don't know, man. It's so stupid.
Biggie doll
I
shout out.
don't. I don't want to say I hate talking about it, but I feel like it's just such a waste of time, bro.
Yeah, it's fun talking about it. It's good to see like there's other ways to make money. So like if I ever go broke or if I need money, there's to know that there's things out there that I probably have to lose my dignity, my respect, I probably can't show my face outside Pompano Beach. But there's ways that if I stay indoors, I could sell parts of my body or parts of my humanity on the internet. And it's good to know sometimes, it's good to have a plan Z.
NZ,
Things don't work out. I go to Goggle
go to
and
God.
I sell myself.
Yeah, well, let's shift gears. Let's shift gears because I've been on my serious news,
gears.
my serious topics, my all this woke shit. It's just crazy because this. And I'm gonna sound real stupid saying this because I don't know shit about fuck, but this is not the America that my parents risked their lives to come here for and look for a
I like
better
that
life.
you say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm serious. It's not like I'm not just
Yeah.
saying that to say
Right?
that.
No, I like that you put it in that perspective to make me think like, damn, that's right.
I'm spoiled in that way because I was so young that I don't know anything of it. Like I don't remember much of it. It's not. It is what it is. But just the state of the country right now is not good, and not even the country, the world. But us being the U.S. of A, we're going to get more limelight and looked at in a different viewpoint than other countries, and just because of we've been in such a high regard, we've been such a world power for so long that's what comes with it. Like Uncle Ben would say, with great power comes great responsibility. And I'm not the smartest person either, but I can look at things and kind of see where it's going. I can see trends. I can look at something and give it face value, what it's for. And some people can't do that. And some people that we know can't do that. Some people that we're in group chats can't do that. And I try to say certain things, but I say this every week. But did you know that the Biden administration was selling parts of the border walls?
The border to
Mexico?
Mexico walls.
The
So
walls,
it's, I didn't, but elaborate on that. Just like for a dumb person, if you needed to tell like a 12-year-old what you just meant by that.
So Biden sued Arizona to take down the 95 million container wall. They're selling like pieces of metal that were on the border,
Okay.
like the fences and stuff. And Biden is also
That's-
suing Texas for the Rio Grande border floats.
How do you like? So I'm trying to like be dumb, but like be like super simple. Also, like you're selling it to who, but also for why, and for what? Like why? So people could sneak across it so you could have your own little
no,
side
probably
business?
probably just it's metal. You can probably melt it down, selling it to businesses. Maybe he's using
literally
it
the wall. I'm thinking
yes.
I'm thinking it's like real estate. Like you're
No.
selling. I'm selling you 10 miles of this wall, so you basically
No.
have. Oh, I'm thinking way too business into it.
Yeah.
I gotta dumb it down.
Yes, literally the
Okay.
wall.
Literally
So-
the wall. That's
This
crazy.
is-
I don't even have a comment on that. I don't, like, that's
if you're against all this shit, Colin Rugg is a great follow. Colin with 2 L's, Rugg with 2 G's. Great follow on Twitter. And before I even get into this, I want to shout out Elon Musk. I know he's never going to hear this episode, or he doesn't know who Enter the Lab podcast is, but maybe one day he will.
He's got
Who
a
the
lot
fuck
going
knows?
on.
He does have a lot going on. Shout out Elon Musk for buying Twitter, because if it wasn't for that, I know Twitter's not in the best. Well, X. My fault, Elon. My fault, Mr. Musk. I know X isn't in the best spot that it is, but it is in the best spot that it's ever been, because we wouldn't have found out about all this shit had he not bought it. All this leak stuff, all this whistleblower stuff, everything that's been coming out the past few months since he bought this domain, since he bought this app, would not be happening. And as I feel like as American citizens, not even just American citizens, because X is worldwide, anyone not in a communist country, unless you use a VPN, can get on X. We wouldn't have found out all about this stuff. So this is a tweet from Colin Rugg, new. This was at 5:10, so 4 hours ago. Floodgates at the border wall in Arizona are left wide open as illegal immigrants are appalled at how easy it is to get into the country. Meanwhile, the Biden administration just sold off $300 million worth of border wall parts. It was so easy to get into the U.S., nothing like our journey through Mexico, said one illegal. That part was hard. I thought there was going to be more security. We thought the agents were going to tell us something, said another, but we just walked in. We are the laughing stock of the world. This is a video. I'm going to play it. It's not long. It's less than half a minute. But and look, I'm not against immigration. I'm not against people leaving their country that isn't great to come to America to make a better life for them and themselves. But also with immigration comes illegal immigration, and illegal immigration is bad. And yeah, sure, you could say that there's a lot of Cubans that come illegal immigration, and I'm Cuban. But when you don't have protection at your borders, when you don't have protection at certain spots, and it's this easy to get in, obviously there's no security, and everyone can get in, not just good people, bad people, everyone. And you need security at your borders. Like, there's no country that's not going to have security at their borders and not let people just get in. So this is the video. I haven't seen it before, but it just popped up. People just walking in.
Yeah, it's like a door opening, huh? Give them doors.
Yeah. Literally. I have more security at my house. I have more security in my neighborhood. I have a gate in my
ring
neighborhood.
camera. That's all the security I got.
Yeah, there's no ring camera here.
I gotta
And look,
connect here.
these people,
there might buying a slug soon. What?
There might not be any bad people here. All these people coming in this video might be great people.
Doctors. They could be philosophers.
Right. They could be coming in. This is another one video real quick.
They could be monks.
Look at this. Erasing our border. Biden sued Arizona to take down $95 million container wall. Biden regime sold $300 million worth of border wall for $2 million. Biden is suing Rio, Texas for Rio Grande faults. I'm going to look at this. Look at this, bro. Come on.
That's crazy. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, because we haven't had someone incompetent.
So you could buy it for $16.5, huh?
Some pieces of it, yeah.
Is that a good investment? How much am I flipping it for?
Hey,
You know what I mean?
you gotta buy it and put it right back up.
Yeah. Yeah, like how do I have that shipped to me?
Look, this is ridiculous, bro. And it goes back to what we talked about last week. Look,
My guy. T-Money. T-Bone.
Flashback Friday, yeah, September 2019. This is when they were putting it up. My dog Trump. And yeah, it's just sad to see, because we're supposed to be this great country, and we're really not right now. I mean, Biden finally went over to Maui. He was there today, and he's kind of just saying, he's jokingly saying how hot the ground is. Motherfucker, what do you think?
Yeah. Wait, no, you didn't.
You didn't see this?
Nope.
Oh, bro, hold on.
Like I said, the last 48 hours, I've been lost in the sauce.
Look at this. About to pull it up right now. This guy is so out of touch with just everything that he has going on and just everything that's literally happening.
I got some food delivered. Watch it real quick.
So I'm, as we said, what was it last week? I was saying how this whole Maui thing is very suspicious, and we need to know more about it and just kind of like question everything that's going on. I mean, I don't think he knows anything that's going on. So it just leads me to think like he's not calling the shots at all.
Got his boots on too. You guys catch the boots out here? That's a hot ground, man.
Hello, everybody. All right, Chris, we're gonna jump ahead to the next spot, okay, guys? Thank you.
That's a hot ground, man. I don't know, dude. I mean, part of me wants to feel bad for him because he's so old and he just doesn't know what's happening, I think, but
Well, there was a dog next to him. Do you think he said, "That's a hot hound"?
I think the dog had like little things on his paws.
Oh,
I would hope he did. It looked like it. It looked like it at least. But I mean, they only sent $700 over to the families. In Maui.
I know that's just crazy.
Dude, that's a slap in the face. And in the same week,
No.
they sent more money over to Ukraine.
Oh yeah, that's obvious. The world's crazy right
I
now.
don't know, man.
I
really don't know.
I don't try to. I criticize what we do a lot, but also it's always been like this. You know, it just we have a lot.
It
more
always
media
has been like
coverage.
this, yeah.
It always has been, always will be. It's just who we are as Americans. We're hypocritical. We talk a lot of shit. We claim we have moral values, and we really don't, or we never have really. Like we're the best of the worst, if that makes sense. And that's what I'll always say. America is the best shitty country in the world. You know, like, oh, we're not as shitty as them. Oh, okay, then you're better than them. And that's how we kind of are. Like 50-50, we probably make a better decision than another country. That doesn't make us totally better and perfect. It's interesting.
Yeah, also he won't be taking
Put a roof
media
on my mouth.
questions. He won't be taking questions from the media while he's there. Who would have thought?
No way. Because it would have to be prepared. And unless it's prepared, even. Not even coherent if he even prepares it. Moving on. We're almost close to an hour. I like to get through some more topics before we mess around on the second hour. Anything else on your end with controversy,
No,
something like
just,
that? Okay. Well,
Just question everything, honestly. Like there's no reason why we should
believing something you hear initially is crazy.
Yeah, and we said it before and I'll say it again. These news companies are owned by entertainment companies. It's all like just for views and clicks.
If something for profit, you can't think they have your best interest. Just like I say with pharmaceutical industry, it's like they're for profit. They have stocks out there. They have shareholders. They have a direct interest to make their shareholders money. So if one decision's right and moral and for the better of humans, and the another is more profit, will make everybody happy and they're gonna go with the latter. Like, don't be an idiot, right?
Yeah, it's all about money. It's always all about money. That's what it comes
If it ain't
down
about
to.
the money, don't be if it ain't about the money. Young Thug,
And
yeah.
staying on the topic about money. I know you're an avid soccer fan, and we're just all over
big
the
time.
place. And in the last few weeks, we've been talking about Messi, but I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna talk about Messi, even though they just won some kind of championship or whatever. Shout out
Leagues
Inter
Cup.
Miami for that. Yeah,
It's
We're talking about
Mexican
money.
League and MLS combined, which is great. It grows the North American sport, so I love that.
yeah. But I want to talk about one of Messi's former teammates.
PK.
No. Who got the bag?
Neymar.
Yes. Absolutely. Did you see this?
I believe I did. I sent it to you. I didn't look detailed into it because I wanted to like kind of see it in lifetime on the pod. But
I found out some more news. This is from Transfer News Live at Deadline Day Live. The list of all the benefits Neymar will receive in Saudi Arabia.
you got to believe that only like if I'm being objective, you got to take into consideration 50% of this might not be true. At least
Yeah, but
so like
even-
you pick
even
and choose
50.
what that 50 is, but you can't believe everything on this list is real.
Yeah, well, even 50 is still crazy. Even 50.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what's crazy about it. It's like, yeah.
So this list says a house with 25 bedrooms, a 40 by 10 meter swimming pool, and 3 saunas, 5 full-time staff for his house, Bentley Continental GT, Aston Martin DBX, a Lamborghini Huracan, a 24-hour driver. If he's got these 3 cars, I don't know why he needs a driver for. I guess whatever. All bills for his hotels, restaurants, and various services during his off days will be sent to the club headquarters to be paid. A private plane at his disposal for travels. 500,000, that's euro,
Yeah.
for each social media post that promotes Saudi Arabia. Not to mention his 100 million euro a year salary. So I mean, he got a good amount of change there. Good for him. I'm happy for him.
Are you happy for him though?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be? He's never done anything bad to me. He's never slighted me in any kind of way. You're grubbing, dog. What are you eating?
I'm sorry. So we have a deal in my house. I don't cook meals unless I have to. And Bree was too tired to make me dinner, so she had to order food. And she ordered me a nice little chicken cutlet sandwich, so fire.
Oh, okay.
And the only way I could get through this next 15, 20 minutes is if I stop thinking about food. So I figured I'd just sneak a couple bites in, no big deal.
That
I
was
tried to
more
put
than
it
a
on
couple
mute so you
bites.
guys at home didn't hear me chomping. But I'm back. Let's say on the controversial thing, STEELE left ESPN, and we're seeing that a lot about with Disney, where Disney owns ESPN, and Disney's very tends to be left wing, liberal, and all about kumbaya. Everybody, we love everybody, which is crazy. So Sage Steele got a lot of flack on Twitter, where a lot of people are like, you know, it probably split in reality. It's like half the people are like, good for her. She wants to express herself. And because the big deal was that she said on when she got interviewed, I think on like Fox News, was all these anchors and all these people on ESPN were, when Roe versus Wade came out and abortion, they spoke up. And then when the transgender stuff and the controversy with would you approve of a man coming over to women's sports in transition, they didn't really address that much. And it's true. And I agree with her. It's like, you can't talk, if you're going to not talk about politics in sports, then don't. The ESPN just has a habit of siding with one side all the time about whatever they want to talk about, and they never have an open discussion. It's always, let's talk about this in this way, and everybody agrees on the network. It's like going around and circle jerking the entire time, and it's not even an open discussion. Nobody disagrees. Everybody just agrees with this ideology. And I think the big deal with her was, I think she's somebody that probably brought that up in meetings. Hey, we should probably talk about this, or did you ever think about that? And she probably got shut down, and she's like, yeah, I do well at ESPN, and she'll probably have other opportunities, probably at Fox News or wherever she goes. I think there's a couple other places that hire a little bit more controversial anchors, network-wise, and she's like, fuck
I feel
this.
Like if you
they're
work,
hypocrites.
If you work at
ESPN, Disney, they're deciding what side they're on, and they don't go or are open-minded enough to go another way. So
yeah,
I agree.
Like
I stand with Sage Steele. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be a company person, a yes man, yes woman, if you want to work there and move up and have some kind of promotion. So yeah, no, I mean, I feel like anybody trying to have any kind of just freedom of speech, that's the First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech.
I mean, it's not even freedom of speech. It's like, let's open up dialogue, right? Like, let's just talk. Let's just start there. If we're gonna talk politics and we're gonna bring politics up on our network and its social events, let's bring them all up. Let's not pick and choose what we want. And that's what I think. And she's not the only one. There's been a few people on ESPN that's worked there. There's a girl, Charlie Caruso. I think that's her. I don't know if that's her stage name in WWE. Her real name, I forget. But she used to do WWE and ESPN, and she stopped working at ESPN for the same reasons. Like, she had opinions and she had ideas that Disney and ESPN were not going to allow her to say on air, and I get it. It's like, imagine working at a corporate company and you love your job, you love what you do, but after you make a little bit of money, you're like, hey, all right, if you want to talk this way and have your viewers listen to this, let's open up a dialogue and see where we go with that. And if somebody shuts you down, you're confused and you don't feel, and the moment you open up that can of worms, you're never looked at the same. You're basically waiting to get fired, probably pushed aside and stuff like that, and that sucks. It sucks that that's the way corporate life is, but it's always been.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like once you get to some kind of point, you don't want to be controversial. Not you don't want to be controversial, but you don't want to be looked at as controversial by the fans and the viewers and subscribers and whatever of a network. The networks don't want that. Also,
because they have advertising, they have people they're in cahoots with, and they can't lose that relationship. Money, like you said, it's all about the money. So it's like, yep, exactly.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because this was something else I wanted to talk about that has to do with ESPN, and I don't know how well it's going to go. Shannon Sharp is joining Stephen A. Smith on Mondays and Tuesdays on ESPN for First Take. And Shannon Sharp, I mean, he's pretty controversial, you could say. And he likes to, bring his Hennessy and smoke his cigars and do all that kind of stuff. And he's out there, and I don't know how far that's going to last with ESPN. So I might tune in, because these guys are both very hardworking people, and it's going to be fun to see, because they both used to work with Skip. So that'll, I don't know, they're both very loud and rambunctious, and just
they'll be entertaining. I'm starting to. I mean, it's hard not to tune into ESPN. I'm not somebody that protests anything. It's like, if I like something, I'm going to watch it. I don't care what side they're on, even if I disagree. But there is times where I'm like, I don't want to tune in to First Take and all this bullshit, because they're like a bad public service announcement of like bullshit. Like, sport wise, they could cover it. They have smart people and people that are entertaining. But man, some of the things they cover. That's why I like that Stephen A. has his own podcast lately, and he's been doing his own thing. Like, he talks about wild shit. I've been sending you videos here and there where he'll talk about whatever he wants, and I think that's cool.
He was on Paul George's podcast too.
Yeah. Oh, somebody not sent me. I seen a tweet. Somebody goes. Somebody goes, Stephen A. Smith dressed as if he thought they were going to be so like fine ass women at this podcast, because he has a white shirt on, a gold chain, some nice glasses. I was dying. I was like, he does look like that old dude that's like, hey, there's going to be girls there. All right, let me go.
Yeah. He dressed in his Sunday's best. His Sunday best. I
No, I'm
saw
not saying
that.
Stephen A needs to talk like that on First Take, but I'm just saying, like, as an organization, it's like you could see what's happening on that program for so long, and I'm interested to see how the Shannon goes, and I'm interested to see how the Pat McAfee goes with that because they're following each other back to back. So I want to see how that relationship evolves business wise.
Yeah,
Because
no, I
one or
am
two
as
things
well.
are going to happen. They're either going to boom and continue to take over and have a lot of viewers, or people are going to tune in the beginning for the first quarter, which is the fall during football. And then after that, people are like, fuck this. This is like lack of quality and stuff. It's not going to stay the same. It's either going to get way better viewers and ratings and all that, or it's going to suffer. So I'm interested to see where it lies.
Yeah, no, I am as well. I'll definitely try and watch some of it here and there, but I don't know, man. All right. I've been wanting to get into this for a while, man. UFC. fucking C.
Yeah, take over.
292. What a card, man. And we did a live on Instagram, Day Quads and I, my brother and I. If you tuned in, thank you. I appreciate it. If you commented, thank you. I appreciate it. It was a good live. There was a lot of good input from both of us. I rewatched it that same night after the card just because I was so hyped. And I mean, we were pretty on point. So I think we kind of know what we're talking about. The prelims were stacked, man. Chris Weidman and Brad Tavares was the featured prelim of the night. Chris Weidman's a former 4-time champ. He's coming off terrible injuries, but I felt like he should have been on the main card. We touched up on that. Just, man, there's very few cards that are that stacked and deliver like this one did. And I'm just so happy it did, dude. Like, from just, hold on, I'm pulling it all back up now just so I can have it right in my face. Pause. I mean, it started off with Marlon Chito Vera and Pedro Munoz in bantamweights. These two guys just are scrappers, man. They just go and fight. Chito Vera won, unanimous decision, 3 rounds. It was a pretty close fight. They both did their thing. Oh, snap. Hold on. Before I even get into that, Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop, first round TKO, man. I want to shout out IHP. IHP's had 3 dubs
Yes.
in the last 2 weeks.
Love that.
Yeah, awesome. And we had the Ultimate Fighter finishes on there.
Did we also shout out what's her name from bouncing back from our first match last week?
Oh,
Did we talk
Jacqueline.
about that?
Yeah. Shout out Jacqueline.
Okay.
She got
Might
her
as well
first
give another
official
shout out if we did.
UFC dub. Jacqueline Amarin. Yep, first dub. That's awesome, man. Just IHP doing amazing things down in South Florida for strength.
We'll have
and
him back
conditioning.
on. I DM'd him about something. We'll have him back on like soon.
Okay. We should definitely get his dad on too. His dad brings it,
That'll
bro.
be fun, right?
His dad brings the fucking energy,
Both
bro.
of them
It's
too, because
awesome.
they
Yeah.
do episodes on their own social media together. So we could have them both on if we find a day, whether it's
Shit.
even if it's midday, if we can find something that works.
Even next time I'm down there, we could probably do something in their gym,
That'd be cool.
in their office,
That'd be
in
awesome.
person.
Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to visit there.
Yeah,
Big
we
fan.
could definitely do that. It's pretty close to my old where I used to live. But yeah, no, Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop, man, I love this guy. This guy's tough as nails. If you saw one of his last few fights, he got this huge ass cut right here. You could see his fucking cranium, bro. It was nasty, and he kept fighting. He got a first round TKO dub, man. That's awesome to see. Team IHP, and then Damon Blackshear. This dude, 2 fights in 7 days. That's incredible in its own right. Didn't get the decision we wanted, but it was a close fight. I didn't see it as the judges saw it, but I'm not a judge. He was plus 180 going in. It's tough, man, to make weight both 2 weeks in a row. You know, if you're in the fight game or if you watch UFC, you know these fighters gain a good amount of weight right after they make weight. It's tough. And for him to go through camp, cut weight, train, do all that, and then go right back in and prepare for someone else a week later, that's tough, man. And David said it. That just goes to show the quality of coaching and strength and conditioning that these guys have at IHP. So shout out to Damon Blackshear, man. I posted him on the pod. He reposted it. That was love. So, there might be something that can happen from there, man. that just goes to show you
awesome.
who he is as a person, as a professional, as a fighter, everything. And that was a good fight to watch. Neil Magny, Ian Machado, Gary. These two dudes have been beefing for who knows how long, and man, Ian Gary's a dog. So is Neil Magny, man. Just he also on short notice comes in and fights, but man, Ian Machado, Gary, he destroyed Neil Magny with the leg kicks. He was just chopping away. First, second, third round. It was kind of tough to watch after a while. Poor Neil, man. He couldn't even put any weight on his legs. He kept like falling down. He was like scooting on the octagon trying to get to him. It was tough, but Ian Gary's the future, man. This kid's got that factor. A lot of people are kind of upset with, how he was acting towards it and whatnot, saying he needs to be humbled. But as a fighter, bro, as someone that wants to move up and someone that wants to make a name for themselves, you kind of need that personality. You need that persona. You need to be marketable because, as we all know, the UFC don't really pay their fighters that well. So you need to sell fights. You need to be a character, and you need to get up there to make money. So just be on the lookout for Ian Machado Gary.
We've seen it with Sugar. We've seen it with Patty, like them building their own brand little by little.
A lot of people saying, "Oh, he's a wannabe Conor." Motherfucker, he's from Ireland. He's from Dublin. They're from the same fucking place. Obviously, they're gonna have similarities.
I hate that wannabe thing because it's like, if they're a wannabe but it doesn't work, no one will like them. But if they're a wannabe and people like it, then so be it. You know what I mean? Like, if they're I could relate it to like pro wrestling. There's a guy right now that they're saying that he's a ripoff of Stone Cold and The Rock. But it's working. Who cares? No one's been able to rip off Stone Cold and The Rock in 20 years. So the fact that this guy is, more credit to him. You know what I mean? Like, whether he's doing it intentionally or not. So I hate that mentality of, or opinion of, oh, he's ripping them off. It's like, if it works, cool, good. It keeps everybody entertained, right? You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. So, like I said, you need to make a name for yourself. You need to sell yourself and be a crowd favorite. Otherwise, you're not going to get on the main card. You're not going to get co-main events. You're not going to get main events. You're not going to get bonuses and all that kind of shit. Co-main event, Zhang Wei Li and Amanda Lemos.
I didn't watch this fight at all because we were watching Messi. We were literally watching at the party the Messi shootout. So I didn't get to see this fight at all. I got to go back.
I mean, you didn't really miss much besides Zhang Wei Li absolutely dominating the whole fight.
I didn't miss anything other than domination. Got it.
This Chinese girl, man, this Chinese lady, she is fucking nasty, bro. I don't think anybody beats her in women's MMA right now. Yeah,
be careful with that because I feel like once. Especially in the women's division, I feel like once people start talking how undeniably unbeatable somebody is, they lose like a fight or two later. That's my early sense of like watching UFC.
If you're able to find it, go back and watch that fight. She had. I will. She had. I'm trying to find the stats here. She had 296 total strikes to Amanda Lemos' 29. Total strikes. She had 6 takedowns. She was 6 of 7 on takedowns to Amanda Lemos' 0 takedowns. She had 163 significant strikes to Amanda Lemos' 24 significant strikes. She absolutely dominated, did her thing. She looked as good as possible, and she's like, bro, she's insane. She really showed out. And showed why she's a champion and why she deserves to keep being the champion. And man, she held her down most of the fight and did what she was supposed to do, but it was fun to watch. I usually don't like fights like that, but when you're that good at something as she is, it was different. It was good to see. I mean, shout out to Zhang Wei Li. She bro, I want no smoke with that woman, and I weigh double what she weighs. Main event, man. This fight was just so highly anticipated. Sean O'Malley, Aljamain Sterling, these guys have been going back and forth. This division's so tough. There's a bunch of killers in this division. It's just full of just guys that absolutely will murk you, guys that absolutely will just hold you down, and you're not going to go anywhere. Guys that will are just snipers, man, and it's shown with how many different champions there's been in less than the last 5-6 years. There's been a few different champs that belt's been tossed around like a hooker. But I mean, before I get into Sean O'Malley, pause. I want to talk about Aljamain Sterling, man. This guy is as active as one can be as a champ. He just fought back in May. He's been hurt. He's had a bunch of injuries. He's just fought, and he hasn't fought like nobody's. He's fought Cejudo, was Triple C. He 2-time champ, double champ. He Olympic champion. He fought Dillashaw, which was a champion, even though Dillashaw was hurt. I mean, he fought Jan twice. Jan was a champion, even though the first time he won by disqualification. Whatever. He stayed active. He's always in shape. He looks good. He's just always ready to fight. Yeah, I mean, he is cringy. He's a clown. He says some controversial stuff. He's not good on the mic. Whatever. But you gotta respect the guy when it comes to the fight game. And fuck, bro, Sean O'Malley, dog. Sean fucking O'Malley. This dude just. I didn't pick him to win.
You have the video pulled up of I seen that you liked it on Instagram. Him in the mirror. I won't give it away before we show it.
Oh,
like
smoking.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. I watched it today, and I was like, man, that's a confident ass dude with some swag and some marketability. Like you talk about it, promotion. It's like this dude's it, and it's good to see him because I've been watching UFC now 3 years fully, 4 years like monthly. I've been watching it for 10 years total, like here and there, but like every week, every month over the last 3 years since I met you basically. And man, this guy's watch this video. It was awesome. Swagger on 1,000.
You are the man. You're the man. You are the man.
The man.
You're the man.
You're the man.
You're the man.
I love
One
that.
more time. One more time.
Man. You're the man. You are the man. You're the man.
I feel
So
like it's
great.
from something, like a movie or something, because I feel like I've seen something like that, but I could be totally wrong. Yeah, man, this guy's, I mean, the hair he's been known for, the tattoos over the years and everything. He's good for the sport, good for the game. You think they do a rematch of that only because it, quote unquote, ended whether it ended early or not? I don't think it did, but there's, I think
When you say early, you mean just like it ended early in the fight, or you say like it was stopped early by the ref?
No, there's some cases that people could feel. There's always going to be people that say it ended. It was an early stoppage, but I don't think it was. But when you have enough people saying it's an early stoppage, that gives you claim for a rematch. Is what I'm trying to say. Is like it gives like, oh, we could do a rematch only because half the people think it's an early stoppage. But I don't think it was. I think he started covering up and he was dead to rights. Like he could have got a lot of blows on his head after that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it was an early stoppage either. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I don't know if there'll be a rematch. I feel like Sterling did want to move up to 145, but now that he lost, I don't know. He probably wanted to move up to try and fight Volk, but now Volk said he doesn't want to fight him because there's no reason to fight him. He's not the champ at 135 anymore. I don't know. Sean wants to fight Cheeto. Sean wants to fight other people. I don't think he wants to fight Aljamain again. I feel like there could be. I don't think it'll be soon. I don't think it'll be right away. There's too many people in that division that deserve a title shot now instead of just running it back. But I mean, you never know with the UFC. Sean sells fights, bro. People tune in to watch that guy fight, and his career path has been legendary to say the least. And I'm glad that it wasn't left to the judges, because I had a feeling that if it was left to the judges, they would lean towards Sean if it was a close fight, just because of the fact that Aljamain did say he wanted to move up to 145. And, Dana White is, and Sean, he likes Sean O'Malley. He's taken a liking to Sean O'Malley. He's got the Dana White privilege, but, I mean, he's backed it up. He's packed it up with his fighting, and I thought the moment would be too big for him, but like my brother said, I don't think there is a moment too big for Sean O'Malley right now. I feel like he walked in there, and like the video we just showed, he's the man. He was confident going in. I watched a lot of interviews of him and podcasts of him the last few months, like leading up to this fight, and I said it on live. You look at him and you think that this dude just loves to party and he does whatever because he talks about it all the time, but he really locks in, bro. He's a student of the game and he's just serious about his craft. And looking at him, you wouldn't believe it, you wouldn't think it, but that just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover. So I hope he keeps his title, man. I hope he defends it a few more times and it's just keeps going because it's only going to be better for him and for the sport. And he's different. He's fucking different. I didn't pick for him to win, but I also wasn't going to be mad if he won. And he came out in that second round and just caught Sterling with that right and dropped him. And bro, I jumped around the house.
Yeah, it was fun to go like the party I was at to go from Inter Miami's close game to penalty kicks that was way too long and should have ended sooner. Well, that penalty kick shouldn't have happened. Now that we're on the topic, we'll kind of do it all in one. The Messi factor is incredible, but that game should have ended in regular time. There was an opportunity for the young kid to put away the goal right before penalty kicks were needed, but Inter Miami gets their first trophy ever. They haven't lost a game since Messi came on. They're outscoring teams like 30-7 overall, like since then. And they have another semifinal game to go into another final for the U.S. Open. It's called with MLS this Wednesday. That'll be fun to watch. So, but we went from penalty kicks to right to the O'Malley fight main event, and ended in the second round. It was fun. I'm glad it wasn't that long because party started to get rowdy and decline because we were tired because we were partying all day, like pool party and stuff like that. But it was quality is what we got. The quality was what we wanted, and man, UFC just hitting on all cylinders. Just the characters, the personalities, the match quality. There's not too many controversial things that go on where it's like, you know how like narratives of early stoppage, the judges got it wrong, and all that like extra stuff that affects how you think back on a fight. Man, these guys, give credit to them. They do the damage in the octagon. They like you said, if it went to the judges, it might be controversial, but I'm glad somebody won by a TKO or a knockout decidedly because it takes out all the bullshit that you could go into. And yet, you could still have a rematch later in, 3-4 months from now? So let's strap up again. Why not?
Yeah, they were both pretty hurt. I mean, Sean O'Malley said this on Bradley Martin's podcast. They clipped it out because it was 2 weeks before the fight. But Bradley Martin dropped the video a little bit after the fight. Sean had a pretty bad rib injury. And he said that if it would have been like a co-main event, like a 3-round fight, if it wasn't for a belt, if it wasn't like a main event type stuff, he would have pulled out. But he thugged it out. But that's enough of that. It's fucking Aaron Blanchfield fight week. Early ass start on Saturday. The card is in Singapore. So it's a 5 a.m. prelim start. It's an 8 a.m. main card start. Main event is Max Holloway and Korean Zombie.
Okay.
But my girl Aaron Blanchfield fighting Tyler Santos. Need another Aaron Blanchfield dub. She gets a dub. She's getting a title shot. That's all it is. Straight from Jersey, New Jersey. So probably the only New Jersey I like. I'm done, man. I'm done.
Yeah, love it. I'm gonna spitball some last minute sport news. Then we'll get into whatever shout outs. Wrapping up episode 90. Enter the lab. Appreciate y'all for getting through this much episode. We always love the people that stay on for. I'm pretty sure if you stay on an episode for more than 45 minutes, if you can get through the 45, 55 minute, and then you hang on with us for the last 20, 30 minutes, it's probably worth it more because that's when I'm a couple sips in for it. Sometimes is, sometimes not, but we tend to, as we go on, as we flow. James Harden drama is continuing. They did NBA launched an investigation. That's a shit show. I love it. I hate Philly across the board. I love that it's in our division, and we traded away somebody that has asked for a trade off the team he wanted to go to. So it lets me know as a Nets fan, our organization did everything they could when they traded for him, which nobody disagrees. The trade for him was bad because at the time it was like, wait, what? We had 3 superstars that I think it's funny. I see interviews now, dude, that go, the Brooklyn Nets in 2021 should have won the NBA title. Like, there's guys that are going on podcasts in the offseason saying they thought and knew that we were going to win. And obviously things didn't work out, whatever it is. But to know that we traded away Harden, that is a cancer, and then Kyrie, who's super unknown every single week. The only thing I feel bad about is like KD. Like, he should have been with our team for the end of his career, and it sucks. It's unfortunate, but we got players that are balling right now. They're in their
Kevin
prime,
Durant. You know who I am.
It is what it is. Jonathan Taylor just got permission to request a trade. The Dolphins didn't. Dolphins didn't get Dalvin Cook. Do you think Jonathan Taylor makes sense, or do you think you'd be willing to go far in? Because Tua, not a question mark, but oh my God, imagine having Jonathan Taylor, like, in the case that Tua misses a few games for whatever reason with the weapons you guys have. It'd be huge.
Yeah, no, in football you can't have too many stars. That's
right?
A game where you
Yeah,
can't
I'm
have too
learning
many
that.
stars. Just because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to go down. It's a tough
Injuries
game.
will happen.
Injuries can happen. So at the right cost, obviously, and I don't feel like it'll be too expensive.
Yeah, because they're forcing the hand. It's not like he wants out, so you tend to get less value when a player wants out than somebody that just trading them when they didn't request a trade. So if a player requests a trade, you tend to not have to give up as much money as you would hope.
Yeah, so I mean, at the right cost, I feel like I was looking at some other trades. I mean, the Eagles traded LaShawn McCoy for Kiko Alonso. So, yeah, I mean, if we can do something like that,
weird. Like, you rarely have to over give up something. Like, football's like, you can get an all-pro player for like not a lot overall. Like, you could give up like the only trade that stands out in the last couple years is the putting on QB for Broncos and blacking out.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, like, they gave up a lot, but like, it still needs to be shown who gets better. You know, Denver was a shit show last year. Seattle is kind of rebuilding, but most of the time you're not giving up too much. And if you get an all pro player, whether it's a quarterback, wide receiver, or something like that, if you get that player and they still perform as an all pro, it's always worth what you gave up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Baseball and basketball is different.
Yeah, at the right cost. I mean, even still, it would be a luxury to have. It's not a necessity. It would be a luxury to have because we already have great players. We have crazy skill positions. We have a pretty well built team. I wouldn't want to trade away any of our starters to get them. You know,
Could probably just be a lot of draft picks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm not going to say no.
They have a rookie quarterback that's I think they give him the job too. So if they trade, they're not looking for win now pieces. They're looking for down the line. So they're looking 2-3 years out. So nobody you give could have a lot of contract money left and stuff like that. So they'd be looking for just future picks. And you guys are in win now mode. You need to. And when I say win now, not this year, but 3 years. Like, you guys in 3 years need to show
3-year window.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
100%. According to the Washington Redskins fans now, they want the team back, the name back, which is a crazy dynamic where for 10 years, humans that were Native American and also not Native American hated the name. And then you get the Washington football team, you get the Commanders, the team sells for $6 million. And now all of a sudden they want the Redskins name back. That is the microcosm of what America is. And we talked about it with other topics like an hour ago. That's who we are. It's like, you complain about something, you cause a revolution, you say why something's inhumane, and then you don't And then your mind changes next week, and you're like, you know what? Actually,
No.
Redskins was a better name. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, I hope they don't go back to the Redskins only for those people. Like, go fuck yourself. I like the Redskins name. I always liked it was traditional. They were great in the 80s. They've been around a long time. But like for those people to get exactly what they want, fuck those people. They could go eat shit with Lizzo.
Yeah, I like Washington football team.
I like Washington football team. So if they go back, I hope it's Washington football team. Keep it going. Women's World Cup final that no one watched. Who cares?
Who
Keep on
won?
moving on. I don't know. Spain maybe.
It was
Germany.
Spain and someone else.
I love, like I said, these women. I'm all for women's sports. I've watched the World Cup with the women before. When you are talking more off the field than actually playing, you lost me. I don't really
Megan
fucking
Rapinoe
care.
really did a number, huh?
Fuck her. She's another person that's on my enemy list. It's just like
Public
you're
enemy
making
number
commercials. Your whole brand is about getting equal pay. You don't make enough money. You don't bring enough revenue. If I'm investing in your business and you don't make me enough money, why would we invest in you? It's like business 101, you idiot. You can't demand more money just because you're a female, just because you're a minority, just because you identify as a lizard. You just can't think you're going to get more money or get more recognition because of those things. You have to actually have course of action, business. It's dumb, and I'm glad no one talked about that. Actually, it happened on Saturday, and I didn't even know it happened. No, it happened on Sunday, the final. We were out at a bar. Not one bar played the game. I was at one bar where they had 20 TVs in it, and not one TV was on because no one cared. You guys are irrelevant. Sorry.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I mean, it starts with women.
Yeah. I mean,
Women
I'm
have
all
to
for
support
women. I support women all the time.
Of course,
I
me
will.
too.
But if
Yeah,
you're
we're a
complaining,
feminist podcast.
We're huge. We're like Jesus. We're more feminine, pro-fem, female than Jesus.
I wouldn't go that far. But...
Yeah, that's right. I watched What's On in the Lab. I did watch the Untold Hall of Shame, which was a Balco with Barry Bonds and a few runners in the Olympics, and that was good. You should tune. Did you watch the Johnny Manziel yet?
No.
Watch the Johnny Manziel and watch that Untold, and then watch the Jake Paul. You got a lot to catch up on, Papa. Good quality documentaries. That I watched 3 of them, and I became more of a fan of Jake Paul because you got to see behind the scenes when it wasn't all about how many views you're gonna get on this. It's him being genuine. And then I watched the Johnny Manziel where he came off as a douchebag, scumbag still. But this Untold thing, I thought Balco was more guilty than they were. And they weren't. It was like baseball. So baseball encouraged all this behavior with steroids and then made all the money from it. And then now aren't electing those same players into the Hall of Fame. You want to talk hypocrisy? That's it in the most nutshell. So watch that. And then
I'll lock in. I'll watch the
lock in.
stuff.
And then I watched No Country for Old Men last week because some podcasts I listened to mentioned it. Oh no, Theo Von. And man, I watched that. What a
love
good
Theo
fucking
Von,
film.
bro.
What a good, he's awesome. I've been locking into his podcast every single week for the last couple of months. No Country for Old Men. Watched it on Paramount. What a great fucking film. Like what a cinema. What acting. What storytelling. There's no music. You know how most movies have like a score? And that's what the music is in the background? Zero music. Zero, like nothing in the background. Like no, like nothing no like instrumental, no music the entire movie. It was the first movie I noticed. I was like, there's no score to this movie. There's no background noise. It's just pure cinema. Watch No Country for Old Men. Great.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, no. The movie keeps you so locked in from the first 5 minutes where you don't even realize it until you're like, wait, I don't think I heard any music the whole time. And then I researched it. No score. It just dialogue and acting. It's amazing. Very good movie. Highly recommend it. 9 out of 10 for me. That's all I got. We
I've
went
been
way over
watching.
than
I've
I
been
wanted
watching
to,
Fast
but-
and Furious movies. Yeah, I gotta take a
you
shit.
Go fuck yourself. You go fuck yourself. You are not.
I saw
watching.
the
Why-
first
why?
one. I saw the first one and the second one. That's about it. Started watching Tokyo
That's-
Drift today. Yeah, no,
right,
but
we're gonna end on that
I
horrible
need a
result.
shower. I need a shower.
Yeah,
I need
do
to
your
take a
thing.
shit, and
right.
I love y'all. I hope you all have a good rest of your week. I hope you have a good rest of your week. This guy. Go to a game first.
Feeling a little mess. Oh, I've been to 2 or 3 games.
Just
bitch.
fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
I've been a fan. I was in New
Before
York
Messi
City,
was there.
Yeah, and then I have this too, like handy. I'm not a Red Bulls fan, but my sister got it to me, gave it to me. She didn't know any better. But I'm not a Red Bulls fan. I was a New York FC fan before Inter Miami came, and then now, come on, I live here. I need at least one Miami team or one Fort Lauderdale. Well, I actually have the full Florida Panthers. Whatever.
Use code 4 on GetRawNutrition.com.
Yee. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama.
For Sama.
Episode 90. Exit the lab. Enter the lab.
Enter the lab, exit.
Re-enter. Re-exit. Peace.
1.